Well, we have one more topic, important topic to discuss. It's the personnel changes in Prosecutor's Office of Ukraine. And Deputy Prosecutor General of Ukraine Vitaly Kaсько handed in resignation. He handed in resignation because of the corruption in the structure. He said about this on Monday, 15th of February, that the Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin had satisfied his requests. During his briefing, Vitaly Kaсько said that after the resignation case of diamond prosecutors, ex-officials involved in corruption could be closed. It is to be recalled that Mr. Kaсько was on his position since May 2014. Besides, he conducted the case on returning of money to Ukraine, which ex-officials got by criminal way.
The final straw was latest changes in Prosecutor's Office work. Mr. Shokin deprived me of all functions and instruments to conduct cases our team was responsible for, including the case of diamond prosecutors. I asked to dismiss me from my position in Prosecutor's Office at my own request. Such decision is provided by the fact that the current senior executives of Prosecutor's Office turned this structure into the place where corruption and code of silence are prevail, and any efforts to change such order from inside are immediately and demonstratively haunted.
Colleagues from Prosecutor's General Office called resignation of Mr. Kaсько as PR. According to Vladislav Kutsenko, Assistant of Prosecutor General, with the help of loud cases of diamond prosecutors, Mr. Kaсько wanted to get international influence.
Mr. Kaськo specialized on case of diamond prosecutors, where he was seeking for publicity and international ways. Later he claimed that he had poor knowledge of the case. And now, when society is waiting for court decision, Mr. Kaськo has decided to leave, claiming that the General Prosecutor's Office will fail this case after his leaving.
Next day, Ukrainian media published the information about handing in resignation by General Prosecutor of Ukraine Viktor Shokin. Although in General Prosecutor's Office this information was not confirmed, and it was said that Mr. Shokin is absent on leave. Well, all these events, can we connect them with the situation around the government, on your point of view?
I think it's really one conflict inside Ukrainian political class. And not only, I think it's some influence of some Western partners which asked for president to resign a prosecutor because not everything what he did was good for Ukraine, and a lot of ignorance. For example, they didn't fight it a lot for Yanukovych gang, and they didn't come back to Ukraine their money which was stolen in Ukraine. And I think people didn't support Shokin as a general prosecutor, and he was unpopular prosecutor in Ukraine. Of course, a prosecutor can be popular, but people can support your results. You're fighting against corruption, criminal groups, and so on, so on. And I think the support of Mr. Kaськo bigger than the support of Mr. Shokin or Sviatoslav Kutsenko and so on. So people waiting for some new professionals in Ukrainian prosecutor office, such like Kaськo, Shabunin, such as Sekvarelidze. People waiting for new faces which can do something new and make some results. Because all team which work with the Yanukovych, which work with the Kuchma, they can do and can propose something new.
There is some exotic point of view that Ukrainian officials follow the example of ministers and officials who were invited to Ukraine to provide and implement reforms, such as Evaros Abramovich's, for example. Are they do it in order to PR themselves and to free themselves from the responsibility for all these cases? What do you think
I think
about
it's
this?
point of view of Mr. Kutsenko, and I don't want to explain nothing because his private point of view, maybe it's a point of view of prosecutor office, but I don't think so. It's my point of view. I don't think that was PR, because he can make PR in different way. He may give some interview to all the time sit in TV shows and talking that general prosecutor do nothing, but they didn't do it. They said, okay, it's enough. I can do something good for my country, for people. So, okay, bye. I don't think that's PR.
And he doesn't free himself from the responsibility.
I think a lot of questions we can ask to Mr. Kutsenko, Shokin, Kasko, and so on, so on, so on. But today we have such situations that we need new prosecutor office, and a new values of Ukrainian prosecutor office, and they need to start to work. People can't wait so much time.
Okay, how can we get new prosecutor's office if we cannot agree the positions of president, parliament, and government?
I think they know some names which can be agreed by parliament and the president. Could it possible that some of parliamentarians can go to prosecutor
Maybe
office?
some foreign partners?
I don't think so. Prosecutor is too important to president that they believe him, and I think it can be some foreigner and so on, some from activists maybe, but I think it can be some of people in the circle of president, in a circle maybe of his party, maybe of some political circles, but must be somewhere near of president.
I see.